Hello, everybody. I'm Pauline Lucas, and I am so glad that you are here meditating with me and with Paul. It's Monday, June 5th. How is it already June 5th? Halfway the year, just about. Beautiful full moon. I hope you got a chance to see that. I heard it's the strawberry full moon. Probably has nothing to do with strawberries per se, the shape of the moon, but like probably it's the time of harvesting strawberries. Maybe a reminder that we should eat more strawberries. I don't know. Um, anyway, I'm glad you're here to meditate, to take a little pause from your busy day, and to set yourself up for a good month and a good week. So today I had as a topic intuition. And I really don't plan topics typically too far in advance, which is a good thing. Because over the weekend, during a coaching conversation, the person that I was coaching was basically sharing, like, hey, I really didn't do the things that I had set out to do, and he felt kind of embarrassed about it, and he thought I would be like scolding him or like saying, well, what were your barriers, and which I did ask. I said, well, tell me more, like what happened? And he's like, it just didn't feel right. And he's like, but that's kind of silly, right? Like, what if, like, I probably should have just done it. And I said, that is so great. It didn't feel right. And he now was really confused. He's like, why do you think this is great? And I said, you're listening to your gut. Your intuition is coming online. And so then we had a discussion about that. And I said, well, thank you for the inspiration. Now I know what I'm going to share. And so that's what I want to share. Like, how does meditation, because he had become more of a consistent meditator. So he's now meditating every single day. And this whole, he has that work ethic of when you set out to do something, you're just going to do it, by golly. And so he was really conflicted, like, but actually it doesn't feel like I should be doing this right now. I should actually focus on something else. And so he felt really conflicted about it. And so then I taught him, I said, that actually might be a really good thing. You're learning to listen to your intuition, to your gut, and of course that becomes a challenge, like, well, what do I listen to, and when do I actually ignore that and when not? And so I'll tell you guys what I told him. I said, when you're meditating, really feel, when you meditate, you become more aware of your internal sensations. You become more aware of your thoughts. You become more aware of how you feel in certain situations or even during certain thoughts. You might become more aware of how people around you are affecting you. And so I recommended that he would meditate for a bit and then ask himself the question, like, okay, imagine yourself now doing this thing that you set out to do. How does that feel? How do you feel in your body when you actually imagine yourself doing that? And he said, well, that actually doesn't feel right. It feels like I feel resistance, like it's just not time. And I said, you would feel different if it is laziness or if it is fear that holds you back, then you can negotiate with that. But if you truly feel like, it's just not the right time, then you're going to have to learn to trust it. And he said, well, how do I know for sure? And I said, well, that's practice, because in the beginning you don't know for sure. So it's like a new language, you and your body, you and your intuition, that you're testing out, that you're test driving. And the more consistently you meditate, the more consistently you are able to calm yourself down, the more you learn to actually integrate that. So next time you are like having to make a decision and you're back and forth, you don't know what's right, and you're making your yes and no lists or your positive and negative list, also just sit down and listen. And I learned from one of my meditation teachers, I hope you're okay with me saying it, but she's like, either it's a hell yes or it's a no. So with like new adventures or new jobs or new relationships, either it's like, this is really life-giving, or it's like, nah, let's not do this. So that's one other reason to meditate, to just calm ourselves down so we become more in tune and we can make better decisions, not only with our heads, but also really with our whole being, with our gut. So if you have gut feelings, listen to them, take them seriously. Maybe you can sit and write about them. So really get connected to that part, because it's like that's another navigation system that all animals have, that little children have, and that somehow we learn to discount or disconnect from, because everything in society is based on using our brains and our logic. And it's not like you want to quit the logic. You want to integrate both. Use your mind, use your smart, use your logic, and use your intuition, your gut feelings, or whatever hunches you get. So that's my little recommendation, or maybe I should say my homework for you, and send me emails as to how it works for you. All right, so let's start our meditation. I'm inviting you to sit nice and tall in your chair. If you're in any other position, I'm just going to give instructions for sitting up, but just adapt them as needed. So it's always important to sit with a nice long spine, not excessively tense, but just tall, with the top of the head reaching for the ceiling and the chin slightly tucked. And then you can hike your shoulders up for a moment and tense. And then on your next out breath, just letting them go, drop them down. And let's actually do that 2 more times with just the whole body. So tense the whole body, take a breath in while you're doing that. And then on your next out breath, let everything go. Feel the difference between your tension and your letting go. Let's do it again. So tensing the whole body on an in-breath and hold the tension. Even fists. Maybe your butt squeezes. Your stomach is tightening. And on your next out-breath, let it go. And then allow yourself to relax back, keeping the spine nice and long, chin lightly tucked. Placing your hands in a comfortable position, maybe on your lap. I prefer to have my eyes closed, and it just tunes out a lot of distraction. If you feel like you need to keep them open, just gaze at a point, at something that's not interesting, just a wall or something. Your feet and your knees are a little bit apart. Feet are flat on the floor. And just allow yourself to breathe naturally. No need to control the breath. See if you can let go of any excessive tension, any bracing of the body. Knowing that you're in a safe place, you're in a safe environment. Just allow yourself to just be. No need to pretend anything. No need to be somebody or something you're not. Just allow yourself to rest into your true nature. Just turning into your receptivity, your letting go. Nobody needs any intelligent solutions right now. This is just a moment to tune in with yourself, with your soul, with your body. Just feeling your body as it's sitting in the chair. Feeling your feet resting on the floor. It's a-okay to adjust your posture a bit if needed. Just do so mindfully and make sure it doesn't turn into fidgeting. And just notice, are you very comfortable right now? And if not, how can you make yourself 10% more comfortable? Is it a matter of changing position? Is it a matter of relaxing your tighter muscles? Just gently scanning your body for any areas Or you might let go of a little tension. I'm aware of a little tension around my eyes, so I might actually just move my eyes a little bit, maybe raise my eyebrows and then relaxing them. Or maybe tighten my eyes, squeezing them a little more tightly closed and then relaxing them. If you feel tension in your jaw, sometimes it helps to wiggle your jaw side to side a little bit. And then just like find a natural resting position of your jaw, allowing for a little space between your top and your bottom teeth. Just notice your face being soft, fluid, really without expression. You might have like an inner smile, but you don't actually have to put a smile on your face by using your muscles. So I guess it would be more of a smiling attitude. Feel how your shoulders are resting away from your ears. Sometimes when you relax those tight muscles, when you let those shoulders fall down, it's almost like they have to kind of get used to it. It might even be a little jerky when you let them fall down. Just allow all that to happen. And then notice, can you allow your spine, your muscles around your spine, to really soften? Even though you don't collapse, you're still keeping yourself lifted, but with like the very minimum amount of tension. So instead of really thinking of tensing your back, you might think a little bit more of very lightly lifting your heart. And become aware of your heart, the center of your chest. Resting your awareness into the center of the chest. And you might become of your heart in that area, like maybe you feel your heartbeat. Maybe you're feeling a sense of warmth in the center of your chest. I like to sometimes connect with my heart by thinking of somebody or something that I just love so much. Like my children or my cats or one of my friends or relatives. Something that just, or somebody that makes me smile when I think of them. And then tuning in to the sensations in my heart, in my chest. And when I do that, sometimes it almost feels like that space is expanding a little bit. Or it becomes a little bit more alive or warm. And then noticing the belly. Just feeling how the belly might be gently expanding and contracting with the breath. So if you have a tendency of sucking your stomach in all day long, let's agree to just give the stomach a break. Let it relax. If your pants or skirt are too tight, and it's possible for you to just release a button or a belt loop or something, or a belt, whatever the little hole is. Like loosen things up a bit so you can actually really relax your belly. And promise your belly you won't use that tight stuff anymore. There's so much happening in the abdomen. Digestive function. A lot of blood vessels are in that area. And interestingly, there's even a lot of nerves there. So many that we call the big nervous system area in there your gut brain. And there's a reason we talk about having a gut feeling about something. That's the intuition. So if you're having to make a decision about something and you really feel a lot of tightness in your gut about it, when I feel that, that kind of means be careful. Maybe not such a good idea. Now, if it's butterflies, it might actually be like it's exciting, maybe a little scary, but maybe it's a good thing to do. So that's how you want to fine-tune your intuition. What do all those sensations mean for you? And then feeling the hips, the pelvis, allowing the hips to rest heavy on the chair, as if the buttocks just really sink into the chair, allowing those to relax, allowing the pelvic floor to relax. The muscles around the sex organs, allow that to be soft. Believe it or not, we can habitually clench those muscles. I'm a pelvic physical therapist, and I can tell you that there's a lot of clenching happening in those areas. So can you even relax the openings of the pelvis? And if you're thinking that's a bit strange, maybe just think of allowing your perineum to rest on your chair, as if you're sitting in warm sand or in a warm bath. And then notice as you're breathing in, does that in any way affect the pelvis or the perineum, which is really the area you're sitting on? Do you feel any kind of tension or stretching or lengthening on the in-breath versus the out-breath? And if the answer is no, that does not mean you're doing it wrong. Simply bring awareness to the different sensation of in-breath versus out-breath. And just like you might feel some expansion and contraction of the abdomen, you might also feel something like that happening in the lower part of the pelvis. And then feeling the thighs resting on the chair, soft. Just enjoy how you're so supported. And then feeling the lower legs relaxing and the feet being supported by the floor. How much can you let go? And then moving upward, feeling the hands as they're completely relaxed. Probably there's a little natural curl in the fingers. Feeling sensations in the palms of the hands. And I'm feeling how the shoulders, the arms are fully supported as well. Let them be, let them rest. Whole body soft, safe, supported. Just sitting there with all the interesting sensations in the body. And with the breath moving effortlessly in and out. The body knowing exactly how to breathe. Just allow yourself to rest there for another minute or two. Enjoying peace. Start to take a few longer breaths and listen to what Einstein has to say about intuition. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So I hope today's meditation helped us all remember the gift and focus more on that. So rub your hands together until they feel nice and warm. And of course, if you have some extra time to meditate a little longer, just ignore this part and just keep meditating. And place your hand, one on the center of your chest, the other over the other hand. So you have two hands resting over the center of the chest, over your heart. And take 2 long breaths right there. Just notice how you feel right now after the meditation. And remember that intuition is our birthright. It's not something crazy, something weird. It's something that we have and that we need to now and then rediscover. And if you feel so inspired, place your hands in prayer position in front of your chest, bowing to yourself, honoring yourself for showing up to meditate, and also bowing to all of us that are meditating with you today. I wish you all peace. I wish you all happy connecting with your intuition or strengthening your intuition, whatever part of the journey you're on. And I hope to meditate with all of you again in 2 weeks. Namaste.